Yes, we're still in AD 28, and we're just getting ready to leave the area of Galilee and Capernaum. Uh, we're going to be looking at the second rejection that Jesus has in Nazareth. The second rejection that Jesus has in Nazareth, which is about 20 miles southeast of where he's been in Capernaum on the Sea of Galilee. And we find that this is his hometown. And we also look at two different accounts, Matthew 13, verses 53 through 58, and Mark 6, 1 through 6. We see that if we look at the Mark account, that his disciples followed him there. And he begins to teach. And if we look at Mark again, we find out it was the Sabbath in the synagogue, and that he is going to have many listeners, according to Mark, and they're astonished at his teaching. And they wonder where he got such teaching and such power and miracles. And as we move down into verse 55 of Matthew, we find that the question, isn't this the carpenter's son? Is not Mary his mother? Doesn't he have brothers James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas? And aren't his sisters still living here? And where did he get this ability? Now, that's the only phrase that I found was not in Mark. But Mark did add that there were many listeners in the synagogue, that it was the Sabbath, and the disciples followed him down there. They took offense at him. Imagine, they saw his wisdom, they saw his miracles and his power, but they took offense to it. I guess this isn't the only generation that takes offense to everything, but this was what happened to Jesus in Nazareth. And Jesus said, a prophet is not without honor, except in his hometown and his household. Now, Mark words it a little bit better. He says, amongst his relatives. Household sounds like close family, whereas relatives sound like extended kind of family, aunts, uncles, and cousins, and so on. In verse 58, the most interesting thing of this entire event is that it says he did not do many miracles there because of their unbelief. Isn't that interesting? Everywhere he's been going, he's been doing many miracles, healing hundreds, doing all kinds of miraculous things. And here it tells us in the Mark account that he was somewhat limited to doing the healing of a few sick people and healing them. But Mark really adds an interesting comment. It says that he wondered at their unbelief and was not able to do many miracles because of their unbelief. And he went about teaching in the villages also. I was recently at a meeting at the Polk Association, and one of the pastors there was sharing some things he'd heard in a sermon recently, and titles of sermons that he had heard recently, and one of them was Handcuffing Jesus. And this is a perfect illustration of handcuffing Jesus. Because of their unbelief, because they weren't coming to him believing he could heal, he wasn't able to do many miracles there. Now, it doesn't mean that he lost his power. It meant that they didn't believe, so they didn't come to him for healing. And as a result, he wasn't able to do too much for them. I wonder how much more Jesus could do for us if we would believe. I wonder how many more things Jesus could do in our lives if we would just have faith and trust and believe in him. Well, that's exactly what happened here in Nazareth, the second rejection of Jesus. And that's my thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.